Hi there, Coach James, back with another video. This is the second part of my interview with one of my clients, Richard. Hope you guys enjoyed the first part. If you haven't, go back and watch that one. I'll put a link to it below. And if you find this interview useful or interesting, hit the like button, put a comment as well, and make sure you're subscribed as well. Hope you enjoy this, and I'll speak to you later. Cheers. The parallels between that and we've kind of touched on that a couple of times. The parallels between that and financial, financial planning is, I think if there's any Americans watching, that's what you call a financial advisor in America, as a planner, something like that. Maybe.
It's broadly speaking the same thing, yeah.
The ability for the first part is, well, like, let's talk about what you do in terms of your job. Let's talk about that first, so everyone's clear on that.
So, I mean, at a very basic level, what I do with people is understand the circumstances, work out what they want to achieve, and help them achieve it. I basically help them create a financial plan in the short, the medium, and the long term, and they might have a plan already, they might not, and I'll be able to kind of help them say, well, here's a shortfall in your plan, here's a risk to your plan, and here's what I would do to kind of secure it. Work with individuals, couples, businesses, and what that would typically look like, long term, maybe retirement planning. So for me, that's 33 years away. Medium term might be investing some net disposable income over 10, 15 years. In the short term, making sure there's certain insurances in place that should something happen to you, you're unable to work for the long term, you become seriously unwell, or ultimately, in the worst case, if you die, how is that going to affect your plan, your partner's plan, your children's plan? And actually, counterintuitively, that's actually the most important thing, because as you're saying about your health, if you can't work, you can't eat, you can't feed your family, all the other financial planning kind of goes out the window almost.
Just like the parallels between that and what I do are just, they almost match up exactly. So when someone comes to me, I'll have an initial consultation with them, and I'll have
we call it the fact find.
And it's kind of the same as what I do. Like the three questions that I'll send someone before they come to, so they can have a kind of mull over and think about it, are, what is the problem that they think I can help them with? So for some people that might be as simple as I want to get 180 kilos in my deadlift, right? That's quite a mathematical problem. We just fix your program and maybe fix your technique. It could be something slightly more complicated, like I've got knee pain, I've got back pain. It could be something like I'm really inconsistent, I need to delve into that and find out why, all these kind of things. So, and then I've got to realise the resources to achieve that. So like the way I would line that up is like would think about the person's income and expenditures, and I would think about what are their time commitments. You know what I mean? Like how much are they working? What family time do they have to do? What other hobbies and things? What other pools on? So like time and money are basically the only two real resources that we have in this world. So like your resource that you deal with people is money, and the resource that I deal with people is time. It takes time to do these things. So
it's for sure. It's not an overnight thing. And again, with the parallels for kind of like planning for what I would kind of say financial security, financial independence, unless you're winning the lottery overnight, which is unlikely.
You need to have a long-term view.
You need to take a long-term approach of it, and you need to think in terms of kind of decades and not days. And you need to understand that there will be off days. There'll be days you can't really be arsed coming to the gym, or there'll be days where you're not well, you're not able to come to the gym. Or you'll have a day when you're at the gym and just things aren't moving too well. Again, so it dips in the stock market. But you just stay consistent, or you keep investing and you keep working towards the goal. And funnily enough, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You will reach it. And you are right, there are a lot of parallels, and making sure that you're doing the right things to stay consistent. So being honest with yourself about, well, maybe I shouldn't go out tonight, or maybe I should get some good sleep. And another thing I've learned, which how important it is getting some good grub before you come to the gym.
Yeah.
And good sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems really obvious now, but I just,
Is that like so? What are the products that you sell to people?
So selling's a wee bit of a bad word in the industry, but the things I give advice.
Is that a boo-boo word? I feel the same about personal training as well. I hate the feeling of being a salesman because it just reminds me of like a second-hand car salesman. It reminds me of Matilda's dad in Matilda. You know what I mean? He's like winding back the clocks on the old Chevys, and he's just this greasy. He's there to make a buck right now, and but at the end of the day, if I don't sell,
you don't eat.
I don't eat. So I have to make sure that I'm doing it in such a way that is not keeping me up at night. Because like I don't have any, I don't tie in anyone into any contracts. They can cancel anytime. It's like rolling month to month.
And I think that separates a lot of the wheat from the chaff, because the people that come here regularly have been coming here for ages.
Yes.
I think that says a lot. And I've been here for 2 years. I know Gillian's been here for longer. And obviously Alan's been here a long time as well. And even I've managed to bring a few friends along, which is good as well. To answer your question about kind of what do I sell, so to speak, I mean, a lot of it's goal-based financial.
What do you offer?
What I offer. It's goal-based financial planning. So if people want to talk about, I look at someone's overall aspect. So if someone said to me, I would like to invest some money, I'd say, well, that's nice. Let's just have a look at everything. So you want to invest your money, have you considered about what happens if you can't work? Well, not. Well, you can't invest your money if you can't work and you can't earn. And if you thought about retirement planning, well, not. Well, we could. So I do multiple things. I mean, in terms of the kind of basic levels, consolidating of pensions, starting new pensions, for limited companies, helping them reduce their corporation tax by way of putting into a pension, and investing people's money for themselves into what's known as a stocks and shares ISA, or a unit trust, which is a stocks and shares ISA with its closed off, basically. And other things as well. And in terms of the protection, as we say in the insurances, policies which cover you if you're incapacitated, you cannot work. If you become seriously unwell, you take a heart attack or a cancer or something which is life-changing. And ultimately, if you die, all these things will provide like a tax-free benefit. And that, I mean, there's other things as well, but it's like I say, it's basically what's the goal, how do we achieve it, and here's how we achieve it. And another thing I started to use is cash flow modelling software, which I think I've shown you, and that charts the journey really nicely to retirement, saying in real terms, here's what I want to earn, or here's what I want to.
I remember you showing me that because it was like, here's what you want, or here's what we predict you would need to retire comfortably, and then there was this big red thing, and I'm going, okay, I need to.
It's just like, here's what I want. If we do nothing, here's where we are. How do we address the shortfall? And that's where we break it down into, well, here's a plan, etc. And here's how we secure that plan over the term. Because as we all know, folks, we're living in the real world. People die, people become incapacitated. I've had it happen to my clients. Things have happened, and boy, were they glad that they took my advice.
And that is
especially for self-employed people.
Young people family, like me. If people are still watching after that, the parallels between that approach and how I want people to think about their fitness and is longevity. I literally could not give two flying monkeys whether someone has a six-pack or not. What I care about is that from the time that whenever you start training with me till the day you die, you are able to walk, able to climb a hill, able to lift your grandchildren up. You're investing in yourself, and the compounding fact of that is the fact that people think there's this arbitrary age of retirement, which is now going to go up to 78 now, or 73 or something now.
Well, when you get the state pension.
I think by the time we retire, it's going to be 70 something, right? But how many 70 somethings that I see that I think, okay, they're maybe not the most financially well off, but what they are is frail.
Okay. Yeah.
They're frail. They don't have. So, like, let's say you've not planned and you've not done everything you need to do for your retirement. If you still have your health, you can still go and get a job.
Yeah.
You can still go and earn some money. You're not. Your body hasn't deteriorated to a point where that is not an option anymore for you. And to always have, like, I don't really ever plan to retire fully, because I absolutely, like, well, 40 years from now I might be different, but I will always coach people. Maybe when I'm 70 it might only be like 5 people. It might be you still when you're 70. I mean, like, it might be people I've had for 40 years, but that's a totally, like, I really love my job, and having the ability to impact people in that way. The most, like, I mean, I have young clients who are interested in sport and want to be trimmer and get, like, big shoulders or get their bench press up. I have those, but the clients that I'm most proud of are the ones who are in their 60s and got themselves out of the mindset of, oh, I'm in the decline of my life.
It's arguably more important later on in life.
Oh, 100%.
Because you want to be able to, I mean, how many often do you hear old people having a fall, or whatever, etc. Particularly, to discuss this, women post-menopause, the bone density falls off the side of a cliff, and obviously the studies have shown that if you do strength training, it doesn't need to be like, well, I'm doing 180 kilograms, but if you're still, like, you're not going to turn to Popeye. If you're actually training yourself, it's gonna pay dividends. And I
think that does like, even my aunts, so like my mum's sisters, like, oh, what, you don't hurt yourself now, or like, oh, that looks awful heavy, and I'm like, well, the reason it looks heavy is because it probably is, but it's not like you just walked into the gym one day and just started picking up 180 kilos. I mean, like, and doing it for reps, you started and allowed your body to adapt, and allowed those adaptations to take you to the next weight and take you to the next weight.
That's one thing that I learned big time from coming to you, is the importance of the technique. Because when I first joined, I was like, why am I down at 60 kilograms in the bench and I've just smashed 100? Smashed. I know. And then actually, when it came time to that, it just flew up. So the technique is and actually, I think, because you know yourself, there's a lot of sometimes deadlifts a bit taboo. You think, oh, you're going to hurt your back. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, you're damn right you're going to hurt your back. But you're extremely good at, and I'd like to think I've got a pretty good technique now when it comes to deadlift.
I rarely ever have to give you any cues on any serious cues on your deadlift. It might be the odd wee thing, but that's just me being like trying to get you from 99 to 100%. Like,
and that's fair enough. But anyway, I lost my. We're talking about the importance of it in older life. I think if you want to remain firm and you want to remain able to look after yourself and not go into a home, and also we were talking this the other day. The studies have shown your body is looked after. I think it can positively affect your brain as well.
So things like so if you have been fit, like really like very fit, like well muscled, cardiovascular fit, the chances of you developing things like dementia drops precipitously, because you're
who would have thought?
you can't have a healthy mind without having a healthy body. You can't do it. How many people do you know that are out of shape, worried about things, not able to sleep at night, and they're unhealthy? They're smoking too much, they're drinking too much, they're eating too much.
Sounds like
they're not
me.
Well, like, but I would say for you, like, the contrast between where you were 2 years ago and where you are now, and it doesn't get fixed overnight. It doesn't get fixed overnight, but it's a small step on the way.
Another thing I'd say as well is the mental health aspect of what we do here is worth its weight in gold. I mean, I've had an interesting year for a variety of reasons. There's a few things that have really kind of knocked me off my path, so to speak. And thank God I'm able-bodied and not, in a wheelchair or something. I've been able to come to the gym, and I've not been very happy, but at least I've had a bit of a break from it, and it's really guided me through some pretty
it's hard to think about anything else when you've got 140 kilos on your back.
Yeah, it's escapism. Yeah. It's totally escapism. You're in the zone, you're thinking, Christ, am I going to be able to lift this bloody thing?
Yeah.
And then you do and you feel good.
Yeah.
Lift
heavy thing, sad voice go
away.
Sad voice
go away. Yeah.
And not to say that, I'm not saying, I used, like a few years ago, I would used to say things like, strength training will fix everything. And it won't. There's work that people have got to do on themselves outside of the gym, and you're probably a really good example of that, and the stuff that you've been doing outside the gym and to work on yourself. And I see the benefits of that in you when compared to you 2 years ago. I feel like you're a more assured in yourself type.
Yeah, you do have an air of confidence. Yeah. Sure. I mean,
and it doesn't. And it can. I don't want to. There can be the stereotype of guys in the gym are dickheads or arrogant. I think yes, if you just bodybuild and just do nothing but for aesthetics, but what we do challenges you to go like, am I good enough to do this? Is this within me at this particular moment in time? And there's almost that I don't know what, like it's like a spirit. It's a spiritual thing. You
always know where you're at with the iron. The iron's not going to cheat on you. The iron's not going to make fun of you. It's just the same weight every time, and if you can lift it, you can lift it, and it will test you.
Yeah,
and it's you against the weight, and it's that kind of makes sense. I'm maybe not articulating that very well, but
I think a lot of people do say that. A lot of people do say that. I perhaps wouldn't. If a lot of people, that will be true. The iron will be the thing that challenges them, and when you push yourself, there's a lot to be said for voluntary acceptance of hardship, where you actually choose to do the hard thing. This changes your brain chemistry, so that when something shit happens that you didn't volunteer to do, your body actually can deal with it a lot better.
Smooth sea never made a skilled sailor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's something that we need to get into people, is that what we do in here is not about six packs. It's not about the beach muscles. It's about as much as about the mind and the spirit as it is about the body.
You can get that if you want, if you're careful with what you eat, but it's not necessarily.
That's literally nothing to do with what's in here. What you have in six packs are built in the kitchen.
Not built in McDonald's Uber Eats.
Right. I think that's everything to talk about today. So what I'll do is, how do people get in contact with you?
I have a website, or I'm on a website called Vouch For, which is a little bit like Trustpilot or Check a Trade for financial advisors. If you type in Richard Smith Vouch For,
I'll put the link. I'll put the link.
That as well.
So I'll put a link.
I've got close to 75-star reviews, which I'm very proud of.
Nice. It's more than me.
I do have 4 years though. So.
I need to get better at asking for reviews, to be honest. I know you've left me a lovely review, and the reviews I do get are all lovely and all great, but I need to get better at giving them. So I'll put that link below. You can send this to all your clients, and we'll
share it on social media.
And
like, comment, and subscribe.
I'll put it on YouTube. I mean, this is like the first interview I've done, and I've been talking about doing this for months.
I'm glad we got to do it,
I'm glad we finally got to do it, despite the fact there might be some music in the background or whatever. But hopefully people have persevered with it and listened to and got some value out of it. So if you have found this useful, please subscribe, like, put in the comments or anything you thought was interesting that we talked about.
If there's any questions as well, you quite like that, don't you?
Yeah, obviously, when people ask me questions, it just kind of branches out, and I get a whole load of more ideas for doing more videos.
You might end up with a detailed video in response.
They might. I might do a video just for them and put it on YouTube and send it to them. But right,
which is more than other PTs are doing.
Let's go and do some deadlifts.
Cool. Cheers, guys.
Right, well, I hope you all enjoyed that. Any links for Richard's stuff will be down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. those all help the algorithm, and they let me know what you guys find interesting as well. If you've got any ideas for stuff you would like me to do a video on, please comment as well. And I'll leave an email address below, and I'll probably do a Q&A session pretty soon, so you can be able to put your questions in for your Q&A on there, and make some useful content out of that. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all later. Bye.